Welcome to another episode of my favorite things, guys. This episode, one of my favorite things is actually a couple. It's structure and consistency. Those two things, I think, go a long ways in being successful in this sport. And what's kind of fueled this video or this topic, I should say, of having structure and consistency is for the last, I'd say, past 3-4 months. On a few occasions, I've been kind of called old school by a few younger athletes, and being that I am 43, or going to be 43 in June rather, I've kind of taken it personal, that kind of in a negative way, like I'm being looked at as kind of like a dinosaur in the sport. And to me it's kind of like, in a way, it kind of frustrated me a little bit. I kind of took it a little bit personal, and I think a couple of reasons for this label that's kind of being placed upon me is one of because the age factor. Like I said, I'm going on 43, and the athletes that are basically calling me old school are about half my age, so that's a huge factor. And also the fact that my methods, my approaches, my training style is one that's pretty simplistic. I don't really follow too much. Uh, I don't really have too much complexity in my routines. It's basically just taking some basic exercises, making sure they're progressive, and making sure my volume and my frequency and all that is and my intensity is pretty much in check. So I'm definitely progressing and I'm definitely recovering, and it has no name. My training programs have no name to it. So I think because of that, my approach to the sport, um, it- I'm tending. I guess I'm tending to get looked at as old school, and to me, it's kind of like it has me thinking like, okay, maybe that's might be partly true, and the fact that some of the newer stuff that's being thrown out there as far as training and whatnot, I'm not embracing 100%. Like I'm not taking and just running with a specific training program. I may look at a training program, see some value in it, and I might take little bits of pieces here and there from it and apply it towards my training. But it's at the same time, it's very hard to just throw away 28 years worth of training experience I have, just throw it away and say, okay, let's throw that out and just let's hop on one of these newer training programs that are out today. So I think, you know, over the years, what I've learned, basically, and not through science, but by through my own trial and error, is that regardless of training program or whatever you're doing, and it could be training, it could be your diet, it can be your posing, it could be the cardio, it can be anything else in life. I mean, I've played team sports as well. Is the fact that if there's no structure and there's no consistency, and also if you're not working hard at it, that you're not going to be successful. So I think for me, over the years, I've learned that just by having structure and having that consistency goes a long way in attaining progress and attaining in this sport a great physique. So to me, um, I don't feel I'm old school. I feel I'm very experienced. I've gone through a lot over the 28 years, and a lot of the experiences that I've encountered over those 20 years, I'm definitely willing to share it with, especially the younger generation, what I've learned, the good things and the bad things. The mistakes I feel are our best teacher. They've been my best teacher. Just going through all those experiences, and again those bad experiences has really taught me a lot, and it's something that I've really been able to help others avoid. And if I wouldn't have went through that, then I definitely wouldn't have we be where I am today as an athlete and especially as a coach. So, in my opinion, I don't see myself as old school, and at the same time, I can understand where it's coming from, and I've definitely made sure to here recently to make sure I'm staying open-minded, learning the new and the latest trends, and actually trying to apply some of that stuff to my training and to make me even better this year for this prep in 2014. And again, whether I'm using some of the stuff that I've used over the past 28 years or whether I'm going to be incorporating new ideas, the bottom line is I better make sure I have a structure in place, and I better make sure it's consistent day to day, and I better make sure I'm working hard at it. Otherwise, I am not going to make progress. And and I know confidently that if I put the work in, and if there's the structure there first and foremost, and if I put the work in, I work hard, and I'm consistent day to day, I will make progress. Progress will follow. So that I'm pretty confident in. Um, and this year, actually not this year, but recently, for the past, I want to say it's going on 3 weeks now, that are coming up on the third week, that I've actually allowed myself to be coached by someone else. Over the past 28 years, I've never had a coach, and you know, I think as a veteran of the sport, you sometimes get complacent and you think that you got everything in your own hands. And basically, I want to learn more about the sport. I want to learn more about myself, and sometimes you have to go to outside sources to do that. And you know, I've made a decision about 3 weeks ago to go ahead and let the rest of my teammates coach me. So basically, Alberto Nunes is my head coach, with Eric Helms and Brad Loomis as my other coaches. And you know, we've been doing some things here lately that are a little bit different than what I'm accustomed to, which is a little bit more training volume. Frequencies, yeah, about 3-4 days a week, but the volume has gone up per workout. Still getting adjusted to it, and I'm keeping an open mind to see just what happens with this. And at first I was like, really hesitant about doing this change. But again, if I don't remain open-minded and I'm not willing to try new ideas, new approaches, then I'll never learn if something will work for me or not. So I definitely um, need to remain open-minded, and I'm busting my ass right now, being consistent again, and working hard with this new structure that's been placed upon me. And I feel that if I'm consistent with it and I let time take its course with it, there's no way I can go downhill. I can only go up. So, and I just might even gain a lot more out of it by allowing someone else to kind of help me out and guide me. But again, guys, it's all about that structure. It's all about the consistency. It's all about the hard work. It's not about what the latest training program is, or whether you're old school, new school, whether you are training low volume, high frequency, low, whatever the case may be, guys. It's all about having a sound structure put in place, working your ass off, working hard, being consistent with that, and letting time take its course. And you only need to make adjustments as needed. But if you're patient with that and you follow that